Well, a big crowd here at Sydney International Athletic Centre. In fact, I'm sure, Ray Hadley, it's the biggest crowd they've ever seen here.
Oh, most certainly the case. The stadium has not been open all that long, of course, adjoining what will be the main Olympic stadium come the year 2000. But for people in other parts of Australia, we had a dreadful day in Sydney yesterday, more rain than we've seen perhaps in the last 3 months. It bucketed down, but it cleared for today as if someone decided of a higher order that it was in fact the day for sunshine to come out as a mark of respect to Carl Lewis and the other great athletes, and a crowd of somewhere between 3,500 and 4,000 here already.
Well, another great athlete we're going to see in a moment in the men's 400 metre hurdles is Rohan Robinson, and Terry Kennedy has got this profile on our Olympic finalist.
It appears Rohan Robinson was always destined to be a star of the track. A world junior champion in 1990. 12 months later, he won the first of 5 national titles in the 400 metre hurdles, and there's plenty more to come.
Robinson's hanging on, better than that, coming away to win again.
Inspired by his shock exclusion from the Barcelona Olympics, Robinson was not about to miss the plane to Atlanta. He smashed records like cheap china plates during the last domestic season, setting the track on fire at the NEC Classic.
The Australian record, will it go? They're going to get close. He's done it again. 48.87.
I came here today to run fast. I came here to win, put on a good show to the fans, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that run.
3 Australian records tumbled in as many runs. He continued to improve, booking himself a place in the Olympic final.
He's finished 4th in 48.28. He's into the final.
You're into the final. You're into the final.
Oh, Murray. That's the greatest moment of my goddamn life.
But congratulations,
Tell him the
48-28, and you're through, finishing 4th. Sensation.
Oh God, this is my whole life has just come to a point, and this is it. Oh my God.
There's been no post-Olympic depression for Robinson. Now rated in the top 10 in the world, Robinson has come back from a short break in good form, stepping out and over the hurdles in great style in Perth last week.
I'm just happy to get around, one piece. It's not such a bad time considering the wind. I'm looking forward to racing next week in Sydney.
Certainly a stellar moment in Atlanta for Rohan Robinson. Here's our start list in the men's 400 metre hurdles. Andrew Laverick from New South Wales in lane 2, Gary Workman in 3. The Olympic finalist ranked finishing 5th there in Atlanta, Rohan Robinson. He's got some competition here though today. Ranked 1 place higher than him on the world rankings, Eric Thomas from the USA. Zid Abou Hamed now, the Australian. He goes in lane 6, Rod Zuderwyk in 7. Matt Beckenham, who is Rohan Robinson's training partner, is in lane 8. And Matt Woodhouse in lane 9. Great field here in the men's 400 metre hurdles.
And the introductions are taking place now. I think I said inadvertently the crowd between 3,500 and 4,000. Of course, I meant between 7,500 and 8,000 here at the moment because the grandstand is almost full. I must have been at a different venue just momentarily, David. I hope what is called an aberration.
No, I think probably, Ray, you've what is the normal crowd here in Sydney, which is about 3,000 or 4,000, but they've come out in force to watch the King.
You're not referring to our rugby league crowds in Sydney, perchance, are you, David, as a southerner? Anyway, they're getting called to the start now. The field has been introduced by David Calvert, Matt Woodhouse, Matt Beckenham, Zuderwyk in lane 7, Zid Abou Hamed in lane 6, Eric Thomas, the American, in 5, Rohan Robinson, the finisher of all eyes, in lane 4, Workman 3, Laverick 2. Away they go from the outside to win. Woodhouse in 9, Beckenham 8, Zuderwyk, then came Abou Hamed from Thomas, Robinson, Workman, Laverick. They're over the first flight, going to the second at the top of the back straight.
Well, there's Robinson and Thomas. Thomas somewhat agricultural as they go over the hurdles, as opposed to Robinson. He's moved up on Thomas's inside. He'll be very happy with that positioning. Abou Hamed running well on Thomas's outside, but it's all Robinson at the moment.
Yes, in fact, Rohan Robinson's got them covered as they come up towards the 7th flight on the top circle now. Rohan Robinson running pretty strongly. Out deep on the track, there was a fall there. I think it may have been Woodhouse who came down, but Rohan Robinson in front now. Eric Thomas gets a second win. He goes out after him in company with Abou Hamed, but in the straight, Rohan Robinson in front. Last flight, here's Hamed coming at him. Abou Hamed comes at Robinson. Here's a shot, and Abou Hamed is going to go in. In fact, the American has got second, and Rohan Robinson has weakened into 3rd position. and the time is 49.70.
Well, a little bit of a shock there, but I know that Zid Abou Hamed was fired up for this race. He missed Perth last weekend. He's just recently become eligible to compete for Australia. Of course, a former Syrian Asian Games champion. As we watch them come off the top turn, Robinson's got a big lead. You can see Woodhouse had a few problems with that one and went down. But Robinson perhaps went out a little bit too hard.
I was talking to Zid before the race, and he was saying that he's flat running. He'd run a very fast 400. He was happy with how he's going and very relaxed. And obviously, welcome to Australia, Zid. That's a great run. And he's come off an Australia Day presentation, and he's certainly showing great form there. He's very happy. That very fast time too, Dave.
Yeah, great time for him. Just outside his season best. In fact, 1/100th outside. You can see the finish here. Robinson's gone. Thomas runs across him, but hands in the air for Abou Hamed, and rightly so. You can see Rohan there. He's just about had enough as they get into the top of the straight. All eyes fixed on the hurdles. He cleared that one okay. Thomas absolutely smashed the second last to smithereens, but geez, a big strong boy, and was able to carry on. Robinson still has the lead. Abou Hamed grabs him and goes straight by to collect a good victory here in Sydney.
I don't want to detract from the winner, but your suggestion is that Rohan Robinson perhaps went out too hard too early. Maybe a rush of adrenaline, a big crowd, a big meet, a big day for Rohan Robinson. And you, as you've correctly pointed out, went up very quickly on the inside of Eric Thomas at about the 2:20, had him covered. Thomas, if he hadn't have hit that second last flight, may have made life very interesting with the former Syrian Abou Hamed as well.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ray. Of course, the 400 hurdles, as is the 400 metres, a bit of a game of tactics. You need to have a little bit up your sleeve when you hit the straight. It's a tailwind here, which would help them, but Abou Hamed timing his race perfectly.
Zed, a terrific race, obviously a quality field to make it all that much more satisfying for you.
I'm really happy with my run today. The weather was a bit windy, but it's good to run like a quarterfinal for the World Champion in this time. Like still like the season, they still start just the start. Really good.
I mean, the season's got off to a great start for you because, of course, you won the event in Canberra, but Rohan Robinson wasn't there. How satisfying was it to go out and beat him today?
You know, the last 3 months I was doing like really good at training and no injury like last year. I'm really doing well with my coach, and we changed some with my technique, with my running. Like this is the result. That's good to win too. Also, like in Sydney, in my hometown.
And what about the crowd? Were you aware of the crowd? Because it is a very big crowd here today. Could you hear them cheering you on?
Really like thank you for everyone like is here today. I really like they give me like really good energy to do that. Yeah.
Terrific, well done. Thanks very much, Zed. Excellent.
Thanks.
And we also have Rohan Robinson with us. Rohan, of course, it really was a quality field there today. You went out really hard. What happened in the end?
Over Christmas I had a few problems with a bit of a problem I've got with my knee. Training was a little bit disjointed, and today was my first race, so you know, the wind was pretty strong and I took it out hard, but I haven't run enough races to finish it off yet. That'll be the first and last time I get beat this year.
Rohan Robinson, well done. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
There's no doubt about that. He said that it'll be the last time he gets beaten this year. He's normally right when he says things like that, Steve Monaghetti.
Well, that's what we like to hear. I don't hold that against it. It's a good attitude to have, and that's why we bring internationals out here. That's why the competition's as tough as it is over the 400. He did go out very hard, and to Rohan's credit, I mean, he's honest. It's early in the season for him. It's good that he puts it on the line like that, and certainly we can look forward to some great 400 clashes after comments like that, Dave.
Absolutely, and Eric Thomas will be here for most of the season, as will Kelvin Davis. He's coming out. He'll start his competition program in Adelaide. Of course, the bronze medalist from the Atlanta Olympics.